Chapter 1. The grave we were thrown into, before the world told our story for us, before they called our gods demons, our names uncivilized, our culture barbaric, before they rewrote our history in the ink of invaders. We were breathing gold. Africa wasn't lost. It was buried. Buried beneath religion, trade, conquest, scripture, and silence. Buried by Arab camel caravans long before European ships ever reached our coasts. Buried by empires that came not to live with us, but to live off us. Our skin became currency. Our wombs became factories. Our spirits became property. They came from deserts and churches. Some wore turbans, some wore crosses, but all of them came with one goal: to erase the black soul and resurrect it as a slave. And they nearly succeeded. Chapter 2. When the crescent and the cross came as chains. Islam came not as a liberator, but as a recruiter. Christianity came not to heal, but to hollow. Both arrived holding books, but the books hid blades. The Arabs were the first to carve Africa's flesh. Long before the West even knew how to navigate the oceans, Arab slave masters had already set up markets from Timbuktu to Zanzibar. They didn't just take us, they bred us, forced black women to birth more slaves, harvested children like dates in a desert orchard. Under the crescent, we were called Abd, the slave. Forever lower, forever chattel. They erased our gods, rewrote our tongues, renamed our sons. Then the West came, with gunpowder, greed, and God's will, and they baptized our chains. Chapter 3. Sold for sand, salt, and sticks of cigarettes. A stick of cigarette. That's what a black man was worth in some Arab slave markets. 45 years in servitude, paid off with a puff of smoke. This is not ancient history. This is still happening in Libya, in Mauritania, in Yemen. Our brothers are auctioned in broad daylight while the world scrolls past on their phones. They weren't interested in freeing us, only managing us. Even in so-called abolition, we were never truly unchained, just moved to another plantation. Chapter 4. The Arab Slave Empire. Nobody talks about. Over 17 million Africans were taken by Arab slave traders. Where are their descendants? Why did the Arab world not produce a black diaspora like the West? Because many didn't survive. They were castrated, beaten, and discarded. Their lineages wiped clean like a slate. Arab slavery wasn't just forced labor. It was forced extinction. They feared the black bloodline might rise, so they buried it beneath centuries of silence. And history obeyed. Chapter 5. How the West baptized our pain with silence. The Europeans came with new tools, ships, flags, cannons, and a twisted version of the Bible. They painted Jesus white and made him the master. They painted Africa black and made it the sin. They called it civilization, but it was a holocaust. They drew borders across our hearts, divided us with fake countries and fake gods, taught us to pray for heaven while they mined our hell. We were told to forgive. We forgave, but they never stopped. Chapter 6. The baby boom business of the desert. Lord's Arab masters forced black women to bear children for sale. These babies were not family, they were inventory. A system of sexual exploitation and child trafficking disguised as tradition. A womb became a prison. A newborn became a product. Women were raped in rotation, sometimes under the veil of marriage, other times under threat of death. These were not isolated incidents. This was a system. Chapter 7. Breeding blackness, then branding it. They branded us with fire, tagged our bodies like animals, branded our minds with guilt and obedience. The Arab world still calls us Abid today in many places, still sees us as lower, darker, cursed. They stole our gods, then told us their God was the only one. Even now in African mosques, Arab culture dominates African spirit. We wear their robes, speak their tongue, deny our ancestors, and call it religion. Chapter 8. The resurrection begins with memory. You cannot rise without knowing what buried you. And they've spent centuries stealing our memory. They erased our libraries, burned our scrolls, taught us that Egypt wasn't black. But memory is stronger than lies. It lives in the drum, in the scar, in the whisper of griots. This book is not just a record, it is a resurrection. Chapter 9. Holy books or holy chains? Did they bring us truth or tools of domination? Did God really tell them to enslave? Or did they tell God to bless their crimes? Religion was their cloak, their holy mask. But beneath the verses were markets. Beneath the sermons were shackles. No faith should enslave. No prophet should endorse genocide. And no book should be above truth. Chapter 10. Neo-colonialism, the silent resurrection killers. They no longer need ships. Now they use loans, NGOs, aid. The West sends vaccines, the East sends weapons, the Arabs send imams, all to keep Africa kneeling. Neo-colonialism is not loud. It is subtle, dressed in contracts and diplomacy. But it does the same thing, kills resurrection. Chapter 11. Africa's broken mirror, how they rewired our souls. We see beauty in others, not in ourselves. We praise foreign tongues and shame our own, because we were rewired. Their mission wasn't just to break our bodies, but to rewrite how we see ourselves. Our story was fractured, and in every mirror we see our reflection as wrong. But that mirror was imported. It's time to shatter it. Chapter 12. The rise of the Black Phoenix from the ashes of every stolen child. From the cry of every black mother, from the silence of erased history, a fire is rising. This resurrection is not religious. It is rebellion. It is remembrance. It is reclamation. Africa will not bow again. The black soul is remembering its fire. Chapter 13. Truth is fire. Let it burn the lies. Let this book be a torch. A burning reminder that forgiveness without justice is surrender. Let every page peel back the masks. Expose the hidden hands. Arab, Western, religious, political. If you built your throne on our bones, the fire is coming for you. This is truth. It burns. Chapter 14. The resurrection is black. It is not in cathedrals, not in deserts, not in foreign tongues. It is in the drumbeat of the mother, the dance of survival, the memory of the griot, the scream of the rebel. The resurrection is black, and it has already begun.